Okay, so this is a series that I've wanted to do for a very long time, but I decided to save it to the end of the year because it's only going to pertain to a small number of you. And all right, here it is. This is going to be a college mini series on testing the ACT, SAT, and SAT subject tests, which school you should go to, how many you apply to when you start looking at them, and the percentages, not acceptance, well, yes, acceptance rates, and sort of what builds you up as an applicant. I've done months of research on this, and it's something that I'm very proud and happy to be putting out a video for you guys on. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first off, the first video here is going to be on the ACT and SAT. Okay, now you may be wondering what those are. Well, those are college entrance exams that you usually take in your junior or senior year of high school. And colleges look at them to get a general idea of your comprehension levels in math, English, science, and just the subjects. So first off, let's go off how the scoring works. The SAT is on a scale out of 1600. Okay? There is a math section, and there's an English section. The English and writing used to be separate, which made it out of 2400, but they combined it together into just one, so now it's out of 1600. The ACT is out of 36 points. Okay, so now the SAT is, I'm just going to put S. Less timed, just not as much of a time pressure, and there are subject tests. Okay, now the subject tests are not required at every school that you apply to, but for example, a subject test would be like Math 2. Okay, that would cover Algebra 2, Pre-Calc, really things above geometry. Whereas Math 1 would cover Algebra 1, Geometry, some Algebra 2. And yeah, this would be a subject test that you would take in addition to your SAT, and it would just be on math, and you would get a score out of 800 on that. Okay, so those are going to be required at most of your more elite or selective colleges. So, obviously the Ivy Leagues are going to require them, Stanford's going to require them, but some non-Ivy League colleges that are more prestigious, such as Duke, the University of Virginia, Georgetown, are going to require this as well, or at least want them. Now, the ACT, okay, the ACT is split into sections. There are more subject sections than the SAT. So, for example, there's going to be more than just math and science, or math and writing on it. There plus no subject tests. Okay, now, some schools require both tests to be taken and sent in, but a lot of schools just require one score to be sent in, so you can take them both and then send in one score. Like I said, the SAT is less about time, and the ACT is more about time. So yeah, that's a brief overview of them. And then on the SAT, you can do this thing called a super score. And so you can, if you take it one time and you study really intensely in English, I'm going to put an E, and you get a 790 in English, and the next time you take it and you study really intensely in math, but not so much in English, and you get like a 740 in math, then you can actually do a super score with those, and then add those two, even though they are in separate testing sessions, you can add the two together, and you can get a super score of 1530. Okay, now out of 1600. Now those can be added together, even with separate testing sessions, like I said. So often people study really intensely for English on one, do really great on that, not so much in math, and then they flip-flop it the next time and do really great on math, not so much in English. Not saying that's the way to do it. Some colleges allow that, some don't. Some colleges don't even take these tests, almost all of them do. But, it's really just about finding what suits you. So, yeah, that was a really, really brief overview. I would encourage you to do your own research before thinking about taking one. And then with the SAT also comes the PSAT, which is sort of like a pretest for it to give you a general idea of how you would do on it. So, yeah, that was a brief overview of the SAT and ACT. I hope you enjoyed.